What up? What up? Yeah. Let's do it. Welcome to the JB Rambo Show. I got a good one for you today. All right. Let's get into it. Thank you for joining the show. It's your host, JB Rambo of the JB Rambo Show. Today, I want to talk about AI. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Obviously, AI is an incredible tool that pretty much the 100% of the population is now using. It's here to stay. There's nothing you can do about it. Your job is about to be taken from you, so you better do something. That's all I know. And I am in one of those jobs. As many of you probably know, I'm a law clerk, which is, not too different than a paralegal. Working in a law firm, writing documents. And from what I've been listening to on the internet is that people who have jobs like mine, we're on the way out. We are becoming obsolete. We don't need us no more. We're finito. And that is going to be it for me. I think about this quite often, actually, because it's how I make my bread. You know what I mean? It's how I support myself and contribute to my family and all that kind of stuff. And if my job becomes no more, what the heck am I going to do? And I'm getting older now, approaching my golden years. As you can see, I'm going to be 47 soon, next month. Happy birthday to me. Thank you. Oh, couldn't hear that. Yeah, I'm going to make it. Am I going to make it to 47? I think so. And here's the thing. When I go to work every day, it's already here. AI is already here. When I go to work this morning, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my coffee, turn on my computer, and the first app I'm going to open is ChatGPT 5. That's where I'm at. And I hate saying ChatGPT because it just takes too long, doesn't really roll off the tongue. So I just call it Chato. I don't know where I got that. It could have been me who made it up or my wife. I don't remember. It's one of those things, but we call it Chato for short. So let's try to make that a trend. Put a one in the comment section if you like that name for ChatGPT, Chato. So I open up Chato and I use it all day long to help me do my job. When I was a law clerk at another firm, maybe 3-4 years ago, I had to do all the writing myself. I had to actually sit there on my laptop or my desk computer and start typing all this stuff out. And those days are gone. Now I don't even have to think about it. I just like, Chato, I need to draft a motion to bifurcate. Please put it together and boom, and it just does it. And then I just copy paste into my Word doc. It's that simple. It reminds me of an episode of The Simpsons when Homer, he basically wants to go somewhere. I saw this episode such a long time ago, I don't really remember it anymore. But I remember, as you know, Homer Simpson works at a power plant. And he's a dope. I love Homer. He reminds me of myself so much. God bless him. And he would just, he wanted to leave his desk. So he got like this little water bird thing, this thing with water in it. And it would just go like this. And it would just hit a button back and forth like this. And it basically took his place. He didn't have to do his job because he was able to leave his desk because the little water thing would just go like this. And the whole power plant ended up malfunctioning and having a meltdown, and the whole city ended up catching fire because his dumbass just put like a little water duck. And that's pretty much how my job is. Anybody can do it. You're just going to go like this. This is going to be me one day. Until one day it doesn't need me to do this even. And that's what I do. And when I was listening to this guy, I don't remember his name. I like to listen to him a lot. And, I'm one of those guys who has a hard time learning people's names. But he was talking about how, you're going to have to reinvent yourself. You're not going to be able to, the jobs of the old days are going to be gone. There was a time when, during the Industrial Revolution, when they had people who, had different types of jobs, back in the day before they had light bulbs and stuff, they had people who would have to go up on the street and light the candles on the street lights. There were candles instead of actual, lights. And those jobs are gone. And just like today, there's going to be jobs that are just gone. And, now the jobs are all going to be in things related to AI. But I wonder if there'll be enough jobs, because artificial intelligence has just made things so much easier. And at the same time has made us so much more, I don't want to say dumber, but I don't have to think anymore at my job. There was a time as a law clerk, which is pretty much in between a lawyer and a paralegal, where I had to do a lot of thinking. And I still do have to do a lot of thinking, but now AI does most of that thinking for me. And I catch myself, when my boss asks me, hey, what was this about, asking me questions about the case. And I'll be like deer in headlights. Like, I don't know. I didn't really read anything. All I had to do was upload and copy paste, and I threw it together like a puzzle, and there it is. Now you got it. And we're living in this weird transition where AI is pretty much going to take over it all. And AI has so many more than just it's going to take your job. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on with AI. For example, porn. I don't watch porn, or I think I'm supposed to say corn. I think on the YouTube waves, you can no longer say porn. Corn is what they're calling it now. I don't watch corn anymore. It's been about 3 years since I've watched corn. So bad for you, don't do it. Give your life to Jesus and don't watch corn. But AI, and the things I've seen my wife not make. I've seen my wife, she's made videos not of corn, but she likes to make videos and do the AI stuff. And I've even seen stuff on the YouTube of people making videos, not porn or corn, but they'll make videos of stuff, whatever. I've even they'll look like a politician talking, and it turns out that it's a fake. It's a fake AI. It's a fake. Or one of my favorites recently that came out is the one where the tennis player pulls down the guy on the referee guy on the little tower and pulls him down. And I'm like, what the heck? He just threw that guy down on the ground. And it turns out it's just AI, but it looks so real. And so, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, man, corn. There's now they're gonna have, it's gonna be weird. People are gonna be beating it off to fake AI corn. And I don't know why I thought of that. Kind of weird, but corn, man, don't watch it. It's weird. And now it's not even going to be, it's not that I want it to be real. I mean, poor people who have to work in that line of business, just don't watch it. But you got other stuff. Crime, for example. I know a lot of people who work as attorneys and public defenders or prosecutors and stuff, and people could one day be framed for people making fake videos about you doing criminal activity, to lock you up. I don't know what the chances of that are happening, but I've heard stories of lawyers talking about, one day they're going to be able to just pull out a piece of evidence and say, look, he was here at the store, he robbed it. And it's not even you, but it looks so real that it could be you. And no one's really going to know. And if you've been a two-time loser who's done criminal activity in the past, and then someone just wants to lock your ass up, boom. I mean, who knows, like, how much deep fake news that we have on the internet already. But there's fake stuff out there. And now I want to share something with you guys that happened to me in Vegas. If I look like I just woke up, it's because I did. I literally just woke up. I washed my face. You probably can't tell, but I washed my face. And then I just turned on the mic because I wanted to talk about this AI stuff before I head out to work. But check this out. I went to Vegas last month for the IBJJF Worlds jiu-jitsu tournaments. I didn't compete in it, but my wife did, and a couple of guys I know from the gym competed in that. And I just went out there to watch and support those guys. And when I drove into Vegas, because my wife and I drove separate, when I get into the hotel, we stayed at the I don't remember, but it was right next to the convention center. It'll come to me. My brain doesn't work. Anyway, I get in there, and mind you, I have not done anything, but I drive into the parking garage, and all of a sudden I get a text message. Welcome to whatever hotel or whatever, and parking garage, and make sure you scan. And I saw signs everywhere that say scan to pay for your parking. And I was like, hey, man, they're going to charge me for parking. And my wife said, oh, no, don't worry about it. You don't have to pay. It's free. I was like, it's free. Okay, great. And so it just lets you in and out. The parking garage would just let you in and out. But every time I went in and every time I went out, I'll get this text message. And I'd be like, how do they know to send me a text message? The parking garage was sending me a text message saying $10. Don't forget to scan the wall and, get the app or whatever and pay for your parking. And of course, I was like, I ain't paying for this parking. I'm staying here. I'm a guest here. I'm a registered guest. It's supposed to be free for me. Anyhow, the second day that I was there and going in and out of the parking garage, I get a $10 charge on my debit card. And one part I left out of the story is that I had just got a new debit card for fraud. I don't know. I canceled it and got me a new card. And it wasn't even on my phone. Some people will put it in their phone's wallet so you can just pay with your phone. I hadn't even had a chance to do that yet. So my phone did not have my card linked to my phone. But it still charged my debit card. And I was like, what the fridge? It had charged. The AI technology, I found out, was able to get into my phone and charge me the $10 for parking. It did it like 2 times. It charged me $10. And I was like, how the heck are you going to charge my phone? I never even went up to the wall and scanned the QR code to pay for the parking. So how did the AI get into my phone? And how does it know that I wasn't a passenger? How does it know I was the driver? Right? And you might say, well, your car. Your car has a license plate. It's linked to you. The car's not even in my name. The car's not in my name. I never signed up. I'm registered at the hotel, but I never even checked in, or I haven't even checked in yet. I hadn't done anything. And somehow they were able to reach into my pocket and take money from me. And I was pissed because I was like, I get it. I parked. I probably owed the $10. But the fact that they were able to reach into my pocket, virtually speaking, and just take money from me, I was pissed. It's like, what the? And that's the type of world we live in today, guys. I know I didn't tell the story very well, even though I told it 100 times already. I should have been able to tell it well. But I hope that the message reaches you, because we live in a time now in our society when the banks, when a vendors or whoever, they could just reach right into your pocket without even asking. And man, that pissed me off. I was like, you just reached right into my... Who in the hell is making all that noise? I don't know who that is. I don't know if you guys are picking up on all that, but people are loud and it just pisses me off. Anyway, but that's the world we live in. We got constant surveillance. We're being watched. It's almost like we're China now. Pretty soon we're going to have credit scores about your personality. We're going to have personality credit scores. We're going to have... we already have consumers credit scores called the FICO, which I think is ridiculous. I think it's bullshit that we have to deal with that. We have something called the FICO score. It's never worked out good for me. I'll tell you that right now. And you can't rent an apartment without a FICO. If you don't have a FICO score of over 600 points, you're lucky if you even get into an apartment, let alone buying a house. It's ridiculous. I try, and it's like a way of control. Everything's about control. Watching us 24/7. They're telling us what the heck we're allowed to buy when it comes to making purchases with that stupid FICO score. And then pretty soon we're gonna have personality FICO scores. And you know how hard it's gonna be to have a 600 personality FICO score? Shoot, man, I have a hard time, getting my kids to like me, let alone having, big pharma or whoever controls the FICO scores. I don't know if it's big pharma, but that's gonna be ridiculous. I know for sure I'm probably gonna have like a 430 on that personality one. I mean, anyway, but it's just gonna get worse and worse, guys. And then so that was a weird story, having a parking garage be able to just get into my literal back pocket and take money out of my bank account. I had a dispute with my bank, and who knows what's gonna happen with that. But AI, man, it's just it's one of those things where it's changing the world. We got drones now. Drones, war drones. That's something that really trips me out. I was listening to something. I was gonna say I was reading something, but I don't read no more. I watch everything. Everything I want to know, I just get it from Instagram, or I don't have Instagram anymore, but I get it from X, or I get it from YouTube. I get all my news from YouTube. But I noticed, I've seen all those crazy war drones go around killing people and stuff, and I think to myself, man, that could be us. What's going to happen when they turn those drones on us, the American people? I saw a video one time where the dude was on stage, and he had like a plastic mannequin on the stage, and he had like a little bird looking drone, and it fired a bullet, pow, and hit the drones dead center, pow. And we're thinking like, holy crap, we're dunskies. We are done as a society, as a species. It's just getting crazier and crazier, guys. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. I know this is a silly episode, and if you came and you sat with me for this one, God bless you and thank you so much. Don't forget to read your Bibles, people. I'm going to be doing in the mornings, I'm going to be filming my episodes, my Dre B. Rambo episodes, just for fun, and just talk smack and try to talk shit about things, because it's just fun for me. I know not a lot, only a couple of people watch the show ever. I don't even know how long they watch for. I don't pay attention to that stuff. I don't even think I've ever gotten a comment, but leave a comment, man, if you had any questions or topics that I could talk, that you would like for me to talk about. But read your Bibles. What I was going to say is that I was thinking about doing a Bible study, man, because like a Bible study, more like like a lecture on a Bible topic. I'm not qualified in any kind of way. It's just something that I'm not like a pastor or a preacher or anything like that, but anybody can do it. Anybody can talk about Jesus. There's no monopoly on that, not yet anyway. But there's just really, I was diving deep into this passage from the Bible, and then it started taking me like over here to the Old Testament, and then it took me back to another part of the Old Testament, back to the New Testament, and back and forth like this. And the cool thing about the Bible is the more you get into it, the more you read it, the more you realize, like, holy moly, there's so many connections, And if you think about it, many of these Bibles were written by different people. I think there's 60 books in the Bible. They're not even really books. They're just, a lot of them, they're just long written out things. And some of these books were written by different people. A lot of these books were written by different people, different times in history, and in different geographical areas. Like, think about that. You have a book that was maybe written 1,000 years before Christ. You got another one maybe that was 700 years before Christ in a different location of the world. And then maybe one a little later. And yet they all somehow talk about stuff or relate to the other. kind of pick up on the like, oh man, he's quoting this over here that happened 700 years before. Probably never even seen that. I don't know. I went into a deep dive. So I'm thinking maybe later tonight when I get back from my long day of work and all that kind of stuff, of doing a video on the parable of the tenants, not talents, although that is a parable, but there is one called parable of the tenants. I took a deep dive into that one. It's actually pretty fascinating, and I might do a short lecture on that, or not even a lecture, a talk, because I'm not like a professor or nothing like that. Although I am a doctor, I'm not like a medical doctor. I'm a juris doctor, which really means that I'm nothing. I'm not a doctor at all. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. It's how I pay my bills. Just kidding. I don't pay my bills doing this. This is all done for free. It's all done for you. I'm here to entertain you and to stemming my boredom. I don't even know if that's a word. Is that a word? Stemming? I don't know if that's a word, but to lessen the amount of boredom that I have in my life, I get onto these airwaves and talk some shit. All right. Thank you for watching the show. I'm your host, Dre B. Rambo. We're getting into all this kind of philosophical, theological, and I already said psychological, didn't I? All right, guys. Thank you for watching the show. Make sure you come back, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Yo.